Hey everybody, welcome back. Dave here from Nice Bricks. A few weeks ago, LEGO announced the winners of their LEGO Ideas 80s If We Could Turn Back Time contest. Now this contest started way back in March and they just announced the winners in mid-August. I'm not one to normally keep up with the LEGO Ideas contest, but this one really had my attention considering my age and the 80s was a big decade for me. Now I really believe these two grand prize winners are going to skyrocket once they hit the market and then after they retire. Before we get into the two winners, I want to show you my 5 favorite set ideas that didn't win and weren't even considered winners for the grand prize. And then we'll dive into the details of the 2 grand prize winners and I'll give you my 3 reasons why they're going to skyrocket once released and after retirement. Let's get into it. Now, like I said, I want to give you my top 5 of the non-winners, and this is in no order whatsoever. The first one up is The Princess Bride, from book to blockbuster to brick, kind of like that tile by Frogtopia. Really enjoy the minifigures they put together here, and the look of the book as making it a story, and on the sides and all around, some of the little scenes that we remember from Princess Bride. Spaceballs is one of my favorite 80s movies, so thank you Right Side Up for putting this one together. I like the Eagle 5. I like the minifigures. There's nothing I don't like about this. I'm a huge Spaceballs fan. And there were a few sets in here, both for Princess Bride and both for Spaceballs. Those were the 2 that stood out to me, though. Fraggle Rock is another 80s piece that I grew up with. So thank you, Isle of Heather, for putting this one together. Love the Fraggles in minifigure form. And I love the Dozers. I don't know what they're called, but I really also value how they put together the clear bricks as they're building. So really cool build. Sorry to see this one didn't win, but a big fan of Fraggle Rock build also. E.T. is everything about the 80s. Really love this diorama or card, whatever you want to call it, but calling back to E.T. and Elliot flying across the moon, one of the best movie scenes of the 80s by Koala Brick. So again, thanks Koala Brick for putting this one out there. You also get an E.T. minifigure and an Elliot minifigure down here, kind of the E.T. phone home scene. The trees here are really well done too, so a nice add to that as well. And last but not least, Johnny 5 from Short Circuit. This is so well done. Kind of reminded me of the Droideka from Star Wars though, so I can see why this one didn't win compared to the grand prize winners, but I really like how they put together Johnny 5 here. And this would have been a great opportunity to use some automation, have Johnny 5 move around a little bit. So thanks UVUPV for putting this one together. Another good entry, and there were probably well over 100 entries. So I'll put a link in below that gets you right to the page of all the entries so you can pick out your 5. If you like what I had, comment below. If you don't like it or you think others are better, comment below as well. I'd like to get your opinion on these things. Now let's jump into the 2 grand prize winners. There's been so many good winners recently and so many good builds in the LEGO Ideas theme. Just pulling up LEGO's website here real quick. Nightmare Before Christmas, just released, already on back order. Jaws, just released, already on back order. I don't have these 2 sets. I'll probably get the Jaws set. Probably not the Nightmare Before Christmas. Not one of my favorite films, cartoons. Just, it wasn't for me. The Insect Collection, the Hocus Pocus house, back order. Dungeons and Dragons, really expensive. The Orient Express train. So the list just keeps going on with really good sets that LEGO's released through the Ideas platform. Home Alone house, The Office, the Globe. You can see them all. You can go to LEGO's site and check them all out. I just wanted to walk you through. I do have the Lighthouse and I do have the Tree House. And let's see, and we have the BTS because my daughter likes K-pop. So we have that as well. But you could just see, there's so many really good builds that have come out of the Ideas program. And what I really value about it, it's driven by us, the consumer, the customer, through these contests that LEGO has. Now, LEGO ultimately makes the final decision through their process. And I'll talk about that in another video. But a lot of great sets have come from the Ideas platform. And they're from us. So they're for us, kind of FUBU, right? For us, by us. Now, without further ado, I wanted to show you the 2 grand prize winners from this most recent 80s contest. The first up is the Goonies, and it's a replica of One-Eyed Willie's ship at the end of the movie, kind of what the whole movie is about. And we'll walk through a couple of these photos, but the second one is Gizmo from the Gremlins. I love this build, and if this build is anything like what LEGO's been doing a lot with the character builds, Chewbacca wasn't great, but it was better than others. C-3PO looks really good. Simba from The Lion King was really good. So if they can do Gizmo, anything like those recent releases, this is going to be a great set for everybody. But I want to start with my 3 reasons why these sets are going to skyrocket and probably back ordered very, very early. The first is nostalgia. Think about it. Lego is producing sets now for the adult community, the AFALs, not so much for kids. With the kids, they're sticking to their city, the dreams, but when it comes to ideas, they're generally made for the 18 plus audience, and that audience is willing to spend money on sets, especially when it's something nostalgic like Gizmo and like the Goonie ship. The second reason these are going to skyrocket is usually you get limited availability and they're exclusive. We're never going to get another Goonies Lego set again. We're never going to get another Gizmo, or we might get a Gremlin set, but we're never going to get another Gizmo character by Lego again. So these are going to be very exclusive and generally speaking have limited availability. I don't see these ideas staying on the shelves for multi years, no longer than 2 years. So once they're produced and once they're done, they're done. And the third reason I'm a big fan of these sets skyrocketing in price, unique design. That's always a key. Lego ideas are chosen for their unique design, their innovative construction, and how they're put together. So with that, and I'll drop a couple pictures in of the One-Eyed Willy ship and as well as Gizmo. From the creators of these designs, they look phenomenally built. And anytime you can add uniqueness to a build, to a set, you're going to attract a larger audience, which is going to bring collectors and investors to the table willing to pay a price. The distinctness is what's going to make these unique and help them skyrocket upon retire. The last piece people have asked me about are these going to be good for investment? I want to say yes, but outside of the 3 reasons I gave you before, there's a 4th one, and that is cost. You guys know I'm huge on upfront cost for investing in Lego. So if the Goonies One-Eyed Willy ship comes out at $399, $400, absolutely not. That does not make sense as an investment unless you're going to buy one and hold on to it for 3 to 4 years, like some Technique sets that have now gone from $400 to $1,200. But that's going to take time. If Gizmo comes in at $39.99, $44.99, absolutely. I'll be buying a handful of these and sitting on them until retirement. When I say a handful, for me, it's about 10. I'm not one that's going to go buy out a store. No, give me all the stock you have, all 20. So that would be the 4th reason that I think about these sets for investing purposes, are the 3 I gave you before: limited availability, exclusivity, fan base nostalgia, and then how good these designs are built and put together. And the 4th reason, of course, is cost. Those 3 that I mentioned earlier, check the box. These are going to skyrocket no matter what. Are they worth my time to invest in, and the cost? That's the key, is the cost. How much am I going to spend? How long is it going to take to make a reasonable profit off of these sets? Either way, I'm buying them for myself, and I think you should too. All right, the 2 grand prize winners from the 80s If We Could Turn Back Time contest. The Goonies One-Eyed Willy ship with all the minifigures and the scenes. Exquisitely well done. Really good build by Delusion Brick. And then Gizmo from the Gremlins. As Lego's gotten better with these character builds, this should be no different. I'm expecting this build to look nothing short of fantastic. I think what Terumo did is perfect. Lego shouldn't make very many changes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.